What up, though, y'all? It's Chris, broadcasting to you from the D. We got an update with the astronomer situation. It didn't take long for things to happen with that. I'm actually technically a little bit late reporting on this because this flipped so quickly. But Andy Byron, he has stepped down as the CEO of Astronomer, and they have issued on their Twitter account a few a few statements. So I'll read them right quick, and I'll give you my opinions on this. Now, this here was before him stepping down. It says, Astronomer is committed to the values and culture that have guided us since our founding. Our leaders are expected to set the standard in both conduct and accountability. The board of directors has initiated a formal investigation into this matter, and we will have additional details to share very shortly. Alyssa Stoddard was not at the event, and no other employees were in the video. Andy Byron has not put out any statements. Reports saying otherwise are all incorrect. So, um, there was speculation that another woman who worked there was there with them, and it was Alyssa Stoddard, and they're saying no, that person who you guys saw that was there with them was not her. They may favor each other a little bit, but that was not her. And Andy Byron, there was a couple fake statements apparently that were floating around there saying this and that, and they wanted to clear up that that was not him. So this was before him stepping down. This was actually right after the situation went crazy viral. It says co-founder and chief product officer Pete DeJoy is currently serving as interim CEO, given Andy Byron has been placed on leave. We will share more details as appropriate in the coming days. So he was put on leave, and apparently the moment that he was put on leave, they started working on an exit package for him. They didn't want to talk about this. This is me adding context to these things in hindsight. They didn't want to talk about this stuff, understandably so, but they did make it known that this is how they feel about the situation. He doesn't represent the values of the company. Um, he had been put on leave. There was a intern CEO, and that they were still working out the kinks. That was pretty much corporate speak for he would be exiting. Because I mean, why put him on leave and then an intern CEO? You get what I'm saying? It just, the writing was on the wall here that he was going to be resigning. And then came this. All this happened in like the matter of a day and a half. It was very quick. What's that? That engine sounded terrible, whatever that was. Oh, I see. Over there speeding in some four-cylinder Chevy of some sort. Bruh, you are not a speed racer. I don't know what people be on out here. You'll hear them revving this and that, and then you'll see what it is, and it's like, bruh, you should be pulled out of your car and beaten for flooring it in that. Like, that's not a race car. You know, your Chevy Trax, your Equinox, like, calm down, bro. You gonna get there, but stop revving around like you in a Hellcat or something. Let's continue though. It says here, and this is the most recent one. As stated previously, Astronomer is committed to the values and culture that have guided us since our founding. Our leaders are expected to set the standard in both conduct and accountability, and recently that standard was not met. Andy Byron has tendered his resignation, and the board of directors has accepted. The board will begin a search for our new chief executive, as co-founder and chief product officer Pete DeJoy continues to serve as interim CEO. Before this week, we were known as a pioneer in the data ops spaces, helping data teams power everything from modern analytics to production AI. While awareness of our company may have changed overnight, our product and our work for our customers have not. We're continuing to do what we do best, helping our customers with their toughest data and AI problems. So that was a pretty good public statement. They overnight were pretty invisible to the public, like literally overnight. They were invisible to the public, and then everyone knew what they were or where they were, going to their Twitter page and commenting on previous things and whatnot. It was pretty wild. So he's out now. But at the time of me recording this video, there has not been anything said about the fate of Kristen Cabot, the head of HR who was there with him. And I see it like this: if his head has to roll, so does hers. Like it has to. She has to go. I'm not advocating for this. I'm just saying, for the sake of optics, for the sake of ethics, she's the head of HR. She has to go. You cannot justify keeping her on board after firing the CEO. He was at the Coldplay concert. She was at the Coldplay concert. And it was extremely inappropriate for her to be there as well. Again, given her position, head of HR, and she's likely disciplined other people in the past for fraternizing with, other employees or whatever. You can't be in that position and you out moving like this and then keep your job behind it. Now, they quickly got rid of him. It might be a little tougher to get her out the door, though, in 2025, because when a situation comes up like this, women have a bit of leverage that the man does not. To save her own neck, she can be like, well, he used the fact that he was in the position that he was and I was in the position that I was as leverage. Initially, I didn't want his advances, but he kept after me, that sort of thing. Even though, I'm just telling y'all, even though in that clip of them at the concert, she was totally content. He's got his arms around her. He's got his hands resting on her breast. She's got her hands above his, pressing them against her breast. Like, she is totally content in the moment. But that's not going to change the fact that women always reserve the ability to, or reserve the right to, opt out of accountability. I'm not saying that is right. I'm just saying I've seen this movie before. All right. It just, that's just the way it goes in a lot of cases. Him being the CEO, her being the head of HR, she always is going to be able to play the card of the power dynamic. Like, she may have felt like initially she had to go along with his advances or she would lose her job. She needed her job. She feared for her career. Just, it could be total BS, but that's not going to stop her from getting with some ambulance chasing lawyer and filing some sort of civil suit against him personally and Astronomer. Because now that their affair has been blown out there in public, he can't continue on seeing her. The relationship is over. He cannot continue on seeing her. And the information that I came across said that she's already been divorced, but I keep coming across tons of information that says she's still married. So let's say, hypothetically, she is still married. Let's say that that's correct, that she got divorced before, but she ended up getting remarried. She can't keep seeing him now. So she's going to flip on him real quick. She can sue him and sue Astronomer. Even though she was a willing participant, this is the way things go. And more likely than not, they will settle. They're probably working on some settlement right now to avoid this going any further. So if you guys are wondering why he was kicked out the door so quickly and why we still days later, haven't heard anything about her. That's why. Because they're probably still working on some sort of settlement behind the scenes where she will walk with a golden parachute and this will go no further. She won't speak about it publicly. Obviously, she won't be able to come back and sue them because they're already giving her a check, you know, compensation for this whole thing. Ultimately, she wins. You know, you could say, oh, he won because he probably got a buyout or something like that. No, this was a company he founded. He doesn't win. I'm sure he feels terrible about the fact that he's been ousted from his own company. She wins because all she was the head of HR. She was a damn employee. So for her to, she was getting a jump on the CEO. She was getting the benefits of dating the CEO. And then now that the affair has collapsed, she gets a golden parachute for her troubles. She wins. Guys got to start being more careful, man. I mean, people who were there at the company say that this affair has been going on with them for a while. They really weren't doing a very good job of hiding it. And he, you know, people are like, well, why'd they go to a Coldplay concert? They've probably been to other public entertainment things, you know, live entertainment without any sort of issue. So when you've gotten away with it for so long, you begin to believe you'll continue to get away with it. They couldn't have predicted that the Kiss Cam would get shined on them. You know, really. Like, of all people, they couldn't have predicted that it would be them. So that's why they were there at the Coldplay concert, because they've done other things in public and they just look like a couple. They're roughly the same age, right? So nothing about them stands out when they're out and about. No one, you look at them and they just look like any other older couple. The only reason why this became sensational the way that it did is because their reaction when the light shined on them. If they play it cool, as you guys have all said, if they play it cool, it's just a kiss cam. It's totally unmemorable. Nobody remembers it. I'm gonna leave it there though, you guys. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. Hit me in the comments. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.